Welcome to another deep dive.
Mhm.
Today we're cracking open a text shrouded in mystery, the Book of Enoch, specifically Book 1, The Watchers. And we're not just skimming the surface, we're going deep, exploring all 7 chapters of this captivating narrative.
That sounds intense.
It is. And you might be familiar with the broad strokes, fallen angels, forbidden knowledge, a world teetering on the brink.
Yeah, the basics.
But trust me, there are layers here that will surprise you.
I'm intrigued already.
What's fascinating is that The Watchers isn't just a story. It's a reflection of the anxieties and questions that haunted people centuries ago. It grapples with themes that are still relevant today. The allure and danger of knowledge, the consequences of our choices, and the very nature of good and evil.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, let's unpack this. The story kicks off with a scene straight out of a celestial drama. 200 angels, these Watchers, led by the infamous Azazel and Semchaza, decide to break rank and descend to Mount Hermon. But this isn't just a casual weekend getaway. They swear a solemn oath, binding themselves to a course of action that will have earth-shattering consequences.
So they knew what they were doing was wrong.
Right. It was a deliberate choice, a rebellion against the divine order.
And this is where it gets really interesting. The text suggests that these angels weren't just tempted by earthly pleasures. They were driven by a desire for power, a yearning for something more than their assigned roles in the divine order.
Yeah, like they wanted to be more than just messengers or guardians.
Exactly. And what better way to assert their power than to share their knowledge with humans?
Right. The forbidden knowledge.
Yeah.
Chapter 1 lays it all out. Enchantments, root cuttings, astrology, the secrets of the sun and the moon knowledge that was meant to remain hidden, reserved for the divine realm.
That's a lot to drop on humanity.
It makes you wonder, what was so enticing about this knowledge? Why were humans so eager to receive it? And why were the angels so willing to share?
I think that's a key question. Was it simply a benevolent act, an attempt to enlighten humanity? Or was there a more sinister motive at play, a desire to manipulate or control? The text leaves room for both interpretations, which adds to its complexity.
Right. It's not a simple black and white situation.
Definitely not.
And the implications are huge.
Right.
Imagine living in a world where angels were just casually dropping celestial knowledge bombs.
Yeah, like what would that even look like?
That must have been utterly transformative,
Yeah.
both exhilarating and terrifying.
Absolutely. This knowledge transfer, while presented as a transgression, also reflects a deep curiosity about the nature of the cosmos, a desire to understand the forces that govern our lives. It raises questions about the limits of human knowledge, the boundaries between the divine and the earthly.
It's like they blurred the lines, didn't they?
They did, and those lines were meant to be there for a reason.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
This angelic intervention didn't exactly lead to utopia. The consequences were swift and brutal. Chapters 2 and 3 depict a world spiraling into chaos. Violence erupts, corruption spreads like wildfire, and the very fabric of society begins to unravel.
It's like a domino effect.
Exactly, one transgression leading to another.
And the text doesn't shy away from the graphic details. We see humanity succumbing to its basest instincts, driven by greed, lust, and violence. It's a stark warning about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the fragility of human nature.
Yeah, it's a pretty bleak picture.
It is, but it's also a realistic one, don't you think?
I mean, yeah, history's full of examples of what happens when power goes unchecked.
Exactly.
It's almost like a cautionary tale.
Right.
A reminder that knowledge without wisdom and moral guidance can be a destructive force.
Precisely. The Watchers presents a nuanced view of knowledge. It's not inherently good or evil, but its impact depends on how it's used, who controls it, and what motives are at play.
It's a double-edged sword.
It is.
Okay, so the world's a mess. Humanity's gone off the rails.
Yeah.
And it's all thanks to these rebellious angels. What happens next? Do the angels just sit back and watch the chaos unfold?
Not exactly. Chapters 4 and 5 describe a powerful response,
Yeah.
both from humanity and from the divine realm. We see humanity crying out to heaven, their lamentations reaching the very gates of heaven. It's a heart-wrenching portrayal of suffering and despair.
Yeah. Those chapters are heavy. It's not just the living who are suffering. The souls of the dead join the chorus, their voices adding to the symphony of despair. It's like the entire world is groaning under the weight of sin and corruption.
It's a powerful image, the weight of their actions pressing down on everyone.
And this outcry doesn't go unnoticed. The Most High, witnessing the devastation, convenes a heavenly council. Angels are dispatched on specific missions, each tasked with a crucial role in restoring balance to the cosmos. We see Michael, the warrior angel, sent to bind Azazel and cast him into darkness. Uriel is tasked with warning Noah of the impending flood, a symbol of divine cleansing. Raphael is sent to heal the earth, to mend the wounds inflicted by the fallen angels. And Gabriel the messenger is tasked with delivering a message of judgment to the Watchers.
Wow, so it's like a full-scale divine intervention.
It is, like they're sending in the A-team to clean up this mess.
Each angel with a specific role to play.
It's like a cosmic chess game. Each angel playing a strategic role in the divine plan. But what's interesting is that it's not just about punishment. There's an element of restoration. A sense that the Most High is not only seeking to punish the transgressors, but also to heal and renew creation.
Right. It's not just about retribution. It's about setting things right.
Exactly. It's a multifaceted response,
Yeah.
reflecting both the severity of the transgression and the enduring mercy of the divine. The Most High isn't simply wiping the slate clean. There's a deliberate effort to guide humanity towards a path of righteousness,
It's a second chance.
a chance to learn from their mistakes and to choose a different path.
Hopefully one that doesn't involve giant Nephilim.
Oh yeah? We haven't even gotten to those guys yet.
The offspring of the Watchers and human women.
That's a whole other can of worms.
It is, and we'll definitely be opening that can in the next part of our deep dive.
But for now, let's just savor the fact that the Most High hasn't given up on humanity entirely.
There's still hope,
There's always hope.
even in the face of such devastating consequences.
And that's a powerful message, I think, one that's worth holding on to.
Absolutely. Okay, so we left off with humanity crying out to heaven, the world a mess thanks to the Watchers.
Yeah, those angels really mess things up.
But then the Most High steps in, sends out the archangels to clean up the mess.
Right, like a divine intervention.
And we left Enoch about to go confront the fallen angels, deliver a message of judgment.
Right, this seemingly ordinary guy tasked with facing these powerful, rebellious angels. It's a pretty tall order.
He was definitely stepping into uncharted territory.
So let's dive into what happens next. We're talking chapters 8 through 16. And it's like Enoch suddenly dropped into a cosmic acid trip.
Things get pretty wild.
Burning stars, a tree with a fragrance beyond imagination, a chaotic and horrible place. What's going on here? Is this just some ancient psychedelic fever dream? Or is there a deeper meaning to this madness?
Well, remember, The Watchers isn't just a narrative. It's a work of profound symbolism. These visions, while fantastical, aren't just random images. They're packed with layers of meaning, offering a glimpse into the workings of the divine realm and the consequences of angelic rebellion.
Okay, I'm ready to decode this cosmic puzzle. Let's start with the burning stars. What's the symbolism there?
Those stars, they represent the fallen angels themselves.
Oh, interesting.
They were once radiant celestial beings, illuminating the heavens with their glory, but their descent to earth, their transgression against the divine order, has corrupted their nature, transforming their brilliance into a destructive fire.
So it's like a visual representation of their fall from grace, their light turning to darkness. I see. And what about that fragrant tree? It's mentioned several times, almost as a counterpoint to the burning stars. What's the significance of that?
The fragrant tree is often interpreted as a symbol of knowledge, but not the corrupting knowledge spread by the Watchers. This is a knowledge that's rooted in righteousness, in alignment with the divine will.
So it's like the good kind of knowledge.
Exactly. It represents the potential for humanity to attain wisdom and understanding without succumbing to the temptations of forbidden knowledge.
That's interesting. It's like the text is suggesting that there are different paths to knowledge, some leading to destruction, others to enlightenment. But what about that chaotic and horrible place? That imagery is pretty intense. What's going on there?
That place, often referred to as Dewdale, is the prison of the fallen angels, a realm of darkness and torment.
Like a cosmic jail?
Exactly. It represents the consequences of their rebellion, the isolation and suffering they face for their transgressions.
So it's not just about a symbolic fall from grace. There are actual tangible consequences. These angels are being punished, cast out from the divine presence.
Yeah.
But what's fascinating is that even in their imprisonment, they're still able to communicate with Enoch. They plead for mercy, express remorse for their actions. It adds a layer of complexity to their characters, doesn't it? They're not just cardboard cutouts of evil. They're beings capable of regret and longing for redemption.
It does. And this complexity is one of the things that makes The Watchers so compelling. It doesn't offer easy answers or simplistic portrayals of good and evil. It forces us to confront the nuances of human and angelic nature, the capacity for both great good and terrible destruction that exists within us all.
So we've got these fallen angels imprisoned, regretting their actions, but still able to communicate with Enoch. And Enoch's witnessing these incredible visions, encountering these fallen angels, receiving messages from the divine realm. But what about his mission? Does he actually deliver the message of judgment to the Watchers?
He does. Chapters 12 through 15 detail Enoch's pronouncements of judgment upon the fallen angels. He acts as a divine messenger, conveying the Most High's decree, outlining their punishment, and reiterating the severity of their transgressions.
Wow, so he actually goes through with it, doesn't hold back.
Nope. He delivers the bad news straight from the source.
But wait, there's a twist, right? The fallen angels, desperate to avoid their fate, appeal to Enoch for help. They ask him to intercede on their behalf, to present a petition to the Most High. It's almost like they're grasping at straws, hoping that Enoch can somehow sway the divine judgment.
They see him as their only hope. They recognize Enoch's unique position, his role as a mediator between heaven and earth.
So do they think he can actually change the Most High's mind?
They're desperate enough to try, but they've underestimated the gravity of their actions. The Most High is unwavering in his judgment.
So what happens next? Does Enoch simply deliver their petition and walk away? Or did he play a more active role in shaping their fate?
Enoch, moved by their pleas, agrees to write down their words and present their petition to the Most High.
So he acts as their advocate.
In a way, he travels to the divine realm, a place described as awe-inspiring and terrifying in equal measure.
I can only imagine.
He prostrates himself before the divine presence and presents the angel's plea.
It's a powerful moment. This seemingly ordinary man, standing before the throne of God, advocating for beings who have rebelled against the divine order. It speaks to the complexities of Enoch's character, his compassion, even in the face of divine judgment.
Absolutely. And this scene highlights the central tension within the Watchers, the balance between justice and mercy. The Most High is righteous and just, but also capable of compassion. He hears the angel's plea, acknowledges their remorse, but ultimately reaffirms their punishment.
So there's no happy ending for the fallen angels. No last-minute reprieve.
Not in this story. Their fate is sealed. But the text doesn't end on a note of despair. Chapters 16 and 17 shift focus, offering a glimpse into the future, a vision of a world transformed, cleansed of corruption, and governed by righteousness.
So there's still hope for humanity.
There is Enoch's visions. They're not just about judgment and punishment. They're also about hope and renewal. He's given a glimpse of a future where humanity, guided by divine wisdom, will rebuild a world that honors the divine order.
So it's like a promise of a new beginning.
Yeah.
A chance to start over.
Exactly. And this vision of a restored world, a world where righteousness prevails, serves as a powerful counterpoint to the chaos and destruction unleashed by the fallen angels. It's a reminder that even in the face of transgression, the divine plan ultimately prevails.
Okay, so we've journeyed through these extraordinary visions, witnessed the pronouncements of judgment, and glimpsed the promise of a future transformed. But there's one more crucial element to explore. A figure who emerges as a beacon of hope in Enoch's visions, the elect one.
Yes, the elect one, also known as the Son of Man, shrouded in mystery, but central to the messianic hopes that permeate the Watchers. And it's in these final chapters of Book 1 that we get our first glimpses of this enigmatic figure who will shape the destiny of humanity.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. The elect one, a messianic figure. It's like we're seeing the roots of later Jewish and Christian beliefs right here.
Exactly. It's fascinating to see how these ideas, these hopes for a future savior, take shape in this ancient text.
So how is the elect one described?
In powerful, even cosmic terms, he's portrayed as a divine being, seated on a throne of glory, wielding authority over all creation.
Wow, so not just some random dude.
No, he's a figure of immense power and authority.
And it's not just about power, right?
Yeah.
There's an emphasis on justice and righteousness. The elect one is described as a judge separating the righteous from the wicked, ushering in a new era of peace and harmony.
Absolutely. He represents the ultimate triumph of good over evil, the restoration of the divine order that was disrupted by the rebellion of the Watchers. And it's this vision, this promise of a future redeemed, that offers a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness and chaos depicted in the Watchers.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground. Explored the depths of Enoch's visions, witnessed the pronouncements of judgment, and glimpsed the promise of a future transformed by the coming of the elect one. But before we wrap up our deep dive into the Watchers, I want to pause here and turn to you, dear listener. What stands out to you in this extraordinary narrative? What resonates most deeply with your own understanding of the world and humanity's place within it?
Take a moment to reflect on the themes we've discussed. The allure and danger of knowledge, the consequences of our choices, the balance between justice and mercy, and the hope for a future redeemed. These are questions that have haunted humanity for centuries, and they're just as relevant today as they were when The Watchers was first written.
So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep seeking wisdom in both the ancient texts and the world around you, because within those questions, Within those struggles lies the potential for growth, understanding, and perhaps a glimpse of that future redeemed that Enoch so vividly portrays.
So we've journeyed through the Watchers, right? Explored these profound themes, the hope for a future redeemed. And yet, as we delve deeper into the Book of Enoch, we realize there's so much more to uncover. Layers of meaning, connections to other ancient texts and traditions. It really enriches our understanding of this extraordinary work.
Yeah, it's like we've only scratched the surface. What other secrets are hidden within these ancient pages? What other insights await us? About the human condition, the nature of the divine, the cosmic order.
That's the beauty of engaging with ancient texts like the Book of Enoch. They invite us to become active participants in the process of interpretation, to engage with the material, to question, to analyze, and to draw our own conclusions. There's no single definitive answer. The meaning unfolds through dialogue, careful consideration through the lens of our own experiences and understanding.
It's like we're having a conversation with the text itself across the centuries.
Right. And in a way, we're also having a conversation with those who came before us, those who grappled with these same questions, who sought meaning and wisdom in these ancient words. Exactly. And it's through that dialogue, that shared exploration, that we begin to grasp the enduring power of these texts, their ability to speak to us across time and cultures, to illuminate the depths of the human experience, and to challenge us to think critically about the world we inhabit.
So as we conclude our deep dive into the Watchers, I want to encourage you, dear listener, to continue this journey of exploration, delve deeper into the Book of Enoch, explore its connections to other ancient texts, and ponder the profound questions it raises. What does it mean to be human in a world shaped by both divine and earthly forces? What is the nature of knowledge? And how can we wield it responsibly? What does it mean to live a life of righteousness in a world rife with corruption and temptation?
And remember, the answers aren't always clear-cut. There are layers of interpretation, nuances of meaning, complexities that invite us to engage in a process of ongoing discovery. Don't be afraid to question, to challenge, and to draw your own conclusions, because ultimately, the journey itself is as valuable as the destination.
So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep seeking wisdom in both the ancient texts and the world around you. Because within those questions, within those struggles lies the potential for growth, understanding, and perhaps a glimpse of that future redeemed that the Watchers so vividly portrays. Until next time, fellow deep divers.